Hey, family. How y'all doing? Sorry I was late and everything. I have to re-go over the budget and everything on my on one of my sites and stuff. They're saying that we've hit the overtime budget on a site, and that's bullshit. So, anyways, how are you, family? Hope everybody's doing good. Hey, trying brother. Hey, Vegas sis, how you doing? So, like I said, you know, every time when we do this, nice Vegas, nice sis. I love Mexico. I lived in Mexico outside Tijuana for almost a year. Hey, sneaky sis, how you doing? Nice. I'll go and check it out, Vegas. So, like always, everybody say hi to each other. Oh, trying. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. I hope I can try to get your mind off of everything, brother. Yes, it is Nightmare. Where'd you find it at? I'm doing all right, Sneaky. Yeah, I want you. I want you all. No matter, doesn't matter what religion you are or anything. You know, keep trying in your mind and in your heart. Okay, because he's gonna need everybody right now. He's a good brother of mine. He's been with me since the very beginning. He's a damn good man. But if y'all can keep him in your heart and in your mind, please do so. Because we take care of each other in this room. You hear me? But yeah, we'll sit for a little bit until we get a like always until we get a half a dozen. Yeah, Tron's a really good guy, y'all. It will, brother. It will get better, brother. No, ma'am, Sneaky. This is my one and only channel. I ain't got time for more than one channel. But yeah, after we get about 6 people in here, I'll start. You know, at the beginning, we talk to each other and get to know each other, see how everybody's day is doing. Hey, Barry Ed, sis. Yep, I was just hanging out with Peppermint Patty. Oh, it's all good, Sneaky Sis. It's all good. Now, I have Discord and a lot of the other things and stuff like Twitter and everything, but not only does it take, family and friends that are close by you, but your friends on here and everything are close with you too, brother. Uh, yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Peppermint Patty's changed her name a few times now. It's like Princess Queen Peppermint Patty something something. Hey, CR, how you doing, brother? But all right, with CR here, we just hit the 6 mark, so I'm going to, and then we'll hit the discussion. Why won't you? All right, all right. Since we did the opening after my signal came back, so here's the thing. Water. Water is everywhere. Yes. Water is a continuous resource. But with the way humans have encroached on a lot of natural drinking sources and have polluted a lot of water throughout history. Right, brother? Yeah. Fresh fresh water from the source is hard to find. I mean, the purest form of water comes from the source. Underground, mountain water, snowfall, oh well, snow melting, you know, stuff like that. That is the purest form of water. That is the cleanest form of water that you can drink. Water can stagnate. Water can become putrid and tainted if it's by a polluted source. Cryptosporidia, all these waterborne pathogens, those are created from unsafe water conditions. That means a stagnant pool of water. That means something that a huge amount of wild animals drink from. Not deer, not raccoons, not anything like that. Watering holes in Africa, watering holes in a lot of the desert climates. Those are stagnated and non-aerated waters. A lot of hype has been created by these big name survivalists and TV shows telling you that water sources are polluted in the middle of wherever. No. But they can get polluted further and further downstream, closer and closer to human settlement, human, even in the backwoods, you can find streams, little runoffs, stuff like that, that were around older, like outhouses, stuff like that, that have human feces or human civilization near it. Even septic tanks leak out feces and other nasty, and it leaks and goes through the ground into water sources. So even if you're in a rural area, you can get polluted water, and it's not from the animals, it's not from any of that stuff. It's all from humans. It's like during the 1700s and everything, when people were going across the land, going to California, going to Wyoming, going to places like that, they were getting sick from the water from towns that were making outhouses close to their drinking source of water. It wasn't because they found a stream or a river and a dead deer was in there. Deers don't die in water. Animals do not die in water except for fish, and fish will not taint the water. The reason why fish cannot taint the water is because it all gets flushed downriver. It all gets flushed down. So they're not staying in one stagnant spot. But here's the thing, our bodies are meant to protect us against these waterborne pathogens. And the way to do that is purifying it, yes. Boiling it, yes. You can boil water to get rid of the pathogens in it, the actual parasites in the water. But you cannot boil water like in South America, okay? Mexico. There is literally acidic waters that have acid in it, that have what is it called? Cyanide in it, cyanide waters. You cannot boil out that stuff, and you do not know that it's there until you drink it and you get sick. Well, you can. Hey, Rain sis, how you doing? Yeah, I'm driving sneaky, but I'm getting my third shift coffee right now. Well, fish, Marianne, fish has the same, all animals have the same health problems as humans can. You know, fish can die from literally choking on something. There is new parasites that literally take over fish now, eat out their tongue, replace the fish's tongue with the parasite's body, and that parasite lives in the fish. And anytime the fish eats something, that parasite eats it before the fish does. So that fish could die. I mean, that fish could swallow anything and die. Oh, was I breaking up? I'm sorry, Sneaky. I was getting out of the um parking garage. But you can drink ocean seawater if you solar still it. It's just like anything else, like urine, stuff like that, CR. If you create a solar still, you can literally dehydrate the water inside. The evaporated water will go up with the salt crystals. The salt crystals will catch onto either the netting or the plastic, and the water will drip off of that back into the water and be purified. I mean, you can also distill salt water, but like drinking it, you can't do. No. Right, CR. Yeah. Hey, Shire. How you doing, brother? Hey, Shelly sis, how you doing? So, water is going to be everywhere. Water is always around you. It is one of the most replenishable resources on the planet. The world is, what is it? The world's 65% water. So that's a lot of water. There's also, I mean, the majority of it, yes, is salt water. But the way to do that, like I said, you're going to have to distill it. You're going to have to do reverse osmosis. You're going to have to do stuff to get creative to drink it. But that's a very, very rare thing that you need to do. You don't, I mean, if you have to rely on salt water as your source of water, you're already screwed. You know, unless you're literally trapped on a deserted island with no other sources of water on it or anything like that, you are screwed. You might as well should give up the goat, unless there's coconuts, stuff like that. But even then, that is a resource that runs out. You have, yeah, 90% of that, yeah, is ocean water. But here's the thing, you know, there is spots, even in the Great Lakes, that have fresh drinking water in it. Like the middle of one of the Great Lakes is actually a clean, fresh water source. But yeah, let me get in here and get some coffee real quick. I will continue talking with y'all. But water. And here's the thing about water, okay? A thing about tap water. Depending on where you're from, depends on the quality of your quote unquote tap water. Okay? Like here in Texas, a lot of the areas in Texas runs on recycled gray water because there is not enough natural running water sources to fill everybody's quench. So we have to rely on recycled water. And all you preppers and everything out there, if you think you're just going to fill up your tap water and keep it on the shelf for 5 to 7 years, you're going to die. Because that 5 to 7 years, you need to oxidate that water. You also, if you're getting it out of the tap, you're also going to have to re-purify it, which means you're going to have to add bleach to it. Every 6 months, you have to add bleach to the water to purify it. You are literally poisoning yourself by saving this water. That's why I do not save water. I don't. Because water is too much of a pain and too much of a hassle to stockpile. Same thing with purification tablets. You are poisoning yourself with purification tablets. It's better off that you just give up the goat than think you're being safe by poisoning yourself. Oh, thank you. But yeah, everything that you have, everything that you're drinking, everything that comes out of the tap is purified water, which it goes through a purification process. Pretty much drinking tap water is the same thing as drinking pool water with just less chemicals. Go ahead, bro. You're welcome. Uno momento. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, give me. Hey, Dom, how you doing, brother? What's up, brother? I need a pack of cigarettes. Lucky Strike for 100s. What you doing, brother?
Hey, just walking, walking.
I understand. I understand. You working tomorrow?
Yes, what is it?
I'll be working.
I work till Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to be a Sunday, but I work till when I do 5 days, 60 hours.
Yeah.
Instead of doing 6 days, 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah, because they can do it in 5 days and have 2 days off.
Yeah.
Then this just running up and down.
Oh, I know. I know.
That is it.
Yeah.
That's
Man, it's
why
already hit. It's already past $4.
what 6 days they can do it in 5 days and save another day.
Yeah.
40 miles of here.
Take care, brother. Sorry, ma'am.
Let me
I know. I know, brother. I know. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Anyways. But yeah, just like, what's up, Chad? What is up, Chadster? How you doing? But yeah, and sneaky sis, I saw what you said about tap water. Yeah, it stinks because it's it's being purified. It it goes through a processing plant, and there's a lot of places that still what there was a recent what was it in the 80s I want to say in North and South Dakota there was a small town that everybody in that town literally came down sick and was dying because of the way that they were purifying their water, and they literally poisoned everybody in that town. Well, the reason why the water quality is different in the country than it is in cities is because they have less of a majority of people to fill the demand of water for. It is. It is, Shelly. It's literally the. It depends on how old the purification processing factory is. It depends on where they're obtaining the water source from. But a lot of places in Canada is supposed to have clear water. But there's places like when I lived in Tijuana, you know, the water quality was brown water because the water purification process out there, they had no water purification process. Yeah, yeah, a lot of water contains fluoride, yes, but a lot of water also contains chlorine. It also contains magnesium. It contains magnesium. It contains zinc. It contains all these other like natural minerals in it, and that's why it fucks up the machine so much. Because water is supposed to be purified. It's supposed to be pure. It comes from a lot of places, like here in Texas. A lot of our natural water resources comes from uh, limestone underground tunnels. You can't drink limestone water without getting sick. So it has to be purified. Right, tried. Yeah, you don't drink the water in Mexico like out of the tap. No, you don't. Well, in Mexico City, stuff like that, in the bigger populated areas, yes, you can. But smaller cities, especially outside of the smaller cities, there's a lot of like well water that's drilled out, but a lot of them that are connected to the grid are not pure. Yes, Shire, that's what I'm thinking, brother. Oh yeah, Shelly. Like I said, it's hey Magellan, how you doing, sis? Oh, thank you. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine using tap water in coffee because it goes through a boiling process to drip into your coffee. So technically, you are doing another step forward in boiling the water, bringing it up to a temperature to go through the coffee grounds. So you are getting rid of any of the abscess, taste, or anything that could make you sick going through that boiling process. You won't know your name, Nightmare. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, Magdalene. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's humans that poison the water. It's humans that ruins water. Water on its own in its pure natural state is safe to drink. There is so many natural purification processes that go through rivers and everything from the silt to the rocks to the gravels in water that drink. And not even the survivalists and everything tell you, but do not take the top part of the water if you're in a survival situation. You want to go at least an inch underneath the top part of the water, because on the top layer of the water, the break of the water, that's where you're going to find mosquito larvae. You're going to find water bugs. You're going to find everything in there that is going to make you sick. And if you go an inch under the break of the water and you get that water, it is purified. Well, that's one of the things we talked about, Shelly. All the years and everything that I've been in the wild, I have never once found a dead animal lying in a river, lying in a stream. Usually when animals die, they're dying away from water. They're dying in the middle of whatever. Now, bears, on the other hand, will kill fish, and even the bears that kill salmon and all that stuff, they take it away from the water source and put it on dry land and eat it. So that carcass is still away from the water source. And then birds will pick it up and scavenge it and drop it away. Hey, nubby nub nub nub. Okay, I won't, Sneaky. Nubs, there's no Sneaky here. But the thing is humans are the death of humans. Humans believe that they need to do all these chemical processing, all this ways to purify natural drinking water. And the only reason why that they have to purify the water is because the way they harvest the water. If you harvest the water with unclean pipes, because here's the thing, water will create sediment, will create lime, will create, it's kind of like clogging up the arteries. And if you have these pipes and you don't clean them, same thing with your heart. If you eat grease every day, you're going to clog your hearts. Your blood can't pass through it, right? Same thing with water pipes. If they clog up with iron, you know, iron and all these natural materials and everything, it's going to clog up. I will in a little bit. I will when I get home, Rain. Don't worry, sis. But thank you, Flock, sis. Anyways, that's my Discord right there. It's a good little survival community. We're at 16 people right now. Well, it's not only that one nightmare, it's Fiji, it's Smart Water, it's all these water companies that are telling you, all these water companies are telling you that this water is artisanal water. It's healthy water. It has minerals and electrolytes in it. And that's bullshit. Natural water has all those already in it. It's the purification process of basic tap water that destroys all the minerals and destroys all the electrolytes and everything that you need to live. because if animals can survive with basic river water, we can too. Anything that a wild animal eats, we can eat. Hey, Oakham, how you doing? Where are you going, Dubby? All right, take care, Nubster. Love you, little bro. But in SHTF, even the most stagnant, disgusting water, you're able to filtrate that water. You can't literally ingest it, but there's ways that your body can filter out water and help you survive and keep your body hydrated and not go into dehydration spasms or fainting. If you're in a survival situation or a SHTF situation and you run up to a stagnant water source, say you're in the desert, you're on your second day of no water, which you should already be dead, but if you don't die and you find a stagnant pool of water from a rainstorm 2 months ago, you can fill up a bottle, a plastic bottle, if you have one on you, with that stagnant water and give yourself an enema with it. You squeeze the water into your anus, let it sit and soak into your intestinal tract. Your intestinal tract will filtrate all the disgusting and nasty out of it, and you will have the purified water go into your system and rehydrate your body. Then the enema process of relieving yourself afterwards will help you too, because once you're in the stages of dehydration, your body you will not be able to defecate. You will not be able to urinate. Your body is literally shutting down and your kidneys are shutting down with it. Yes, sir, Chad. Yes, sir, brother. Yeah, Oakham. Yes. Your intestinal tract is a purification. Your body will absorb the water and your body will be able to continue on till where you're able to ingest water. But in an emergency situation, your intestines are your purification, is your first line of purification to anything. People don't like talking about that. People don't like hearing about that. But it's a, I mean, you can look at any medical books. Your intestines are a purification. It gets rid of all the waste and it filters out everything. Yeah, it's literally because here's the thing. Only will you get sick is if you do drink from a stagnant pool of water. And the most stagnant pool of water is water puddles, rain catchments that the Apaches, the Pueblo, and those Native American tribes made to survive in the desert. I mean, technically, you could take your shirt off, you could scoop up water, filtrate it out through that into a cup if you have a cup, go and boil it. But here's the thing. You trying to rehydrate in 100 plus degree desert with hot water, you're going to overexert your body. You're going to overheat your body. And you will not hydrate. Your body will literally sweat out all that water within minutes of you drinking hot water. And there's no way that you can cool off the hot water without spending more unless you're going to dig deep into the sand, into the cool sand, and put it there to cool off. Any way that you look at the situation, you are screwed. The easiest situation is the water enema. Hey, spooky brother, how you doing? Oh yeah, Oakham. Yeah. So, and here's the thing. The human body is better at metabolizing lukewarm water than it is metabolizing cold water and hot water. If you drink room temperature water or slightly above room temperature water, your body is better at acclimating with that water and hydrating yourself with it because it is the same temperature as your body. You you don't have to burn calories to raise up your body temperature to heat up that cold water. You don't have to sweat out the hot water that you just put into your body. So, I am about to be driving. Do y'all want to have a open panel? If you wish to have an open panel, put a 1 in the chat if you wish to join. And if you wish, and only if you wish to discuss the topic that we are talking about. I am not going out in the left field. I am not going to be delivering a box of limp cocks to California. I know you don't, Chad. I know, brother. You're at work right now. Hey, Raven sis, how you doing? All right. Hold on. Hold on. Somebody said something. Oakham said something. To watch a news clip of Arizona or Lake Mead is super low. I've seen it with my own eyes. Low. Towns are drying up. And fracture is leaking millions of gallons per year. Yep, the infrastructure. Yeah, I've seen it too, brother. And see, that's one of the problems with Arizona and a lot of the desert-like states. 90% of the water reservoirs and water holding quarries are man-made, and they were made hundreds of years ago, at least over 100 years ago. And that's one of the bad things. If it's a water holding area, you can't fix it. You can't fix it when water's there. Because if you're trying to put concrete to seal up concrete in water, it doesn't work. So you have to wait until it gets to a certain depth to be able to fix whatever's broken in it. That's why I'm saying all of this resources, all of these cities, everything is made on a human infrastructure. We made this stuff so people can come there, so people can live there. Hey, Cassie sis, how you doing? And once the infrastructure and everything breaks down, it's like here in Texas. There is over 100 little towns outside and around San Antonio and a lot of the big cities and stuff like that were big, bustling, you know, good paying towns that had people living there and everything. But when the water dries up because people overuse the water, once the water's gone, the water's gone, you know? And those people just abandoned all these towns. Yay! Party at my place. Yay! Yeah, Oakham. Yeah. Like I said, water is one of those water you don't know anything. Like you don't know what's in the water. You don't know because there's a there's a place here in Canyon Lake called the Bottomless Pit. Okay? It is a diving hole. And over 200 people have lost their lives in that diving hole, in that water spring. And yeah, and nobody can go and get these divers' bodies or anything and bring them up because the water currents, the tide pools, stuff like that makes it so hard to be able to get these people or get their bodies and bring them up. So these bodies are sitting there since the 70s. But here's the thing. It goes back to how people say, oh, dead animals and everything pollute water. No, dead animals don't pollute water. Dead humans pollute the water because humans will die at water. And that goes to show you Humans will die in water because humans are stupid. I'm sorry. But if it's fun, exciting, and thrill seeking, humans will go to it. Humans will risk their life for adventure. But here's the good side to that. There is so many fishes that a human body that dies in the water will not pollute the water because the fish will devour the body, will devour the meat, the flesh, every bit of that human body. So where it won't contaminate the water. And it's the same way if an animal did die in the water, if an animal did die in a river or, in a lake or something like that, the fish that are in there will literally pick that body clean. So there is no rotting meat to contaminate the water. That is nature. Nature takes care of itself no matter what happens. Yeah. Yeah, Oakham. Yeah. Everything everything has an everything has an infrastructure with humans. Everything has to go together. Humans have to make something to go with something to make something else. And it all has to work together. Because we go to the whole entire thing. It doesn't matter if you're Albert Einstein. Even Albert Einstein was common sense stupid. I mean, Albert Einstein couldn't even tie his own shoes. Okay? We destroy everything thinking that it's helping us. We have polluted more waterways. We have polluted more. I mean, it's just like in Alaska, okay? Alaska is now has been experience is yeah, help me, experiencing. There we go. A new thing called red snow. It happens in North Dakota, it happens in South Dakota, it happens in a lot of northern states in the Midwest also. Red snow is a kind of like a spore, and that spore will literally kill any human that digests it. Within 24 hours, it will kill somebody. It has never been around since the last 10 years, and that's because of humans have been polluting the natural. Where do you think snow and rain come from? Snow and rain come from all sources of water. Imagine all of the rain falling on your road. Okay? What drives on the road? Motorcycles, cars, diesel engine, diesels. Everything and anything rides on a road. What leaks out of vehicles? Oil. What leaks out of vehicles? Brake, any kind of fluid, antifreeze, all this stuff. It leaks and absorbs into the asphalt. When it rains, what happens? All that oil, all that antifreeze, all that poisonous hazards gets pushed up to the surface because the rainwater brings it up. And what happens when it dries? It gets absorbed into the air. It gets absorbed into the clouds, and it gets recycled back into rainwater, and it pours down. Why do you think places like California, New York City, New Jersey have acid rain? Is because of humans and cars and everything that cars leak out. And that stuff goes back into our water sources. It goes back into our natural water. It even gets dropped into, when that rain comes back, it gets collected into the rain catchment systems. And it has to go back and try to get purified. That's why we poison ourselves. Humans are killing humans. It doesn't have to be war or anything. Literally, we are killing each other every day just by driving cars. Because rain and water is the life of all humans. You can only live 3 days without water. And poisoned water is what we're relying on. Just like the gray water that Texas uses, recycled gray water, is literally poisoned water. If we would go back to traditional well water and everything, the world would be such a safer place. But on the other hand, a lot of states cannot go to well water. A lot of states cannot go underground because the infrastructure of going into underground water sources is too fragile. If you start drilling, say you have a gated community with 200 houses in it, every single one of them has to drill on the same exact underground water source to have each house have its own water source from the same source. You will collapse that whole entire cave system. And those nice $500,000 homes and everything are going to break the cavern system, and it's going to be another sinkhole. Humans are dumb. That's why we still rely on recycled water, and we rely on rainwater collection systems to help purify and to help give water to people. Hello, Oz. How you doing, brother? Oh yeah, Oz. And that's another thing, that goes that goes with the whole entire thing of people not knowing how. You run into the same thing even with water storage solutions like rain catchment systems, stuff like that. You have to worry about you have to worry about mosquitoes. You have to worry about insects, laying eggs in those water systems. You have to worry about the polluted water that comes from the city, depending on how close you are to the city. You have to worry about, you have to worry about a lot of things with catchment systems. Also, you have to aerate it. You have to purify it. There is so many minute details that go into rain catchment systems. Now, if you're just using a rain catchment system to take care of everyday needs, like, watering your garden or taking care of your animals, watering them, doing basic needs with it, you can do it. Yes. But it's way too much work, way too many minute details. And also, a lot of people don't have the fortitude or the will to clean it. I watched a TV show one time, and it was when my brother-in-law was in the hospital and everything before he died. And he was watching this TV show called Homesteader Help or something like that. And it was these people from Alaska that goes out and tries to help these homesteaders make their home self-sufficient. Well, there was a young couple in their 20s, right? They bought this land in Montana. It was already supposed to be a off-grid situation. It had a rain catchment system and everything in it. Well, it had like a 300 or 500 gallon rain holding tank. And the wife, was continuously having hives and breaking out into bad whelps and all this stuff because they were using the water tank water for everything. That means drinking water. That means shower water. That everything. And come to find out, they opened up that 300-gallon tank and it was completely filled with what was called white algae. And white algae literally turns into a flesh-eating disease. And they were not purifying that water tank. They were not taking care of the water tank at all. And the wife had to go to the hospital and everything and spend 2 months in the hospital curing her of the flesh-eating bacteria that was trying to infect her body. That's one of the problems with water storage containers. That's one of the problems with heavy-duty stuff. Like, you have to purify this water. You have to keep it oxidated. You have to keep it pure. And if you don't have a circulation pump in it, it's just going to stagnate and it's going to kill you. There's a lot of preps, a lot of things that you have to do to continue to have a good, clean source of water. I mean, I know a lot of people ain't going to have no 5 to 600 gallon, water tank putting in their yard. I don't even have that. I have a 150 gallon water tank system, and that cost an arm and a leg for it. But just the chlorine tablets and the purification tablets for it is a bitch to keep it clean. Hey, MCAT, how you doing? So, here's the thing, okay? Water. Water is accessible. You can get water unless you're in a desert climate. Like Oz. Oz is in Australia. All around Australia, the outer parts of Australia and everything, there's a lot of lush green, heavily forested areas that he could get water from. But the whole entire center of Australia is complete wasteland. It's like me. I live in Central Texas. There's enough fresh water resources that I don't have to worry about. Literally, from where I live, 2 miles down the road, there's a gigantic Guadalupe River that I can fish, I can drink, a lot of things. But say people in Southern California, close to the Mexican border, people in Nevada, people in Arizona, there's a lot of places in those states that you can't find water. That literally there's places there that has never seen water ever. But it's just like the same thing with California. The southern part is all desert, but the northern part is all woodlands and mountains. It's where you live. And you have to know your biome. You have to know where you live, where your clean water sources are. Get a damn topographical map and learn where you live. Because here's the thing, if society breaks down and you go to your tap and you turn it on and there's nothing that comes out but a gurgle, that means your infrastructure has already stopped. And to tell you the truth, in an SHTF situation, everybody in the desert states, you are fucked. You literally are. Because anybody outside of Phoenix, you're all screwed. Because all the water and everything is going to go to the citizens inside Phoenix. It's not going to go to the rural places outside of Phoenix. Same thing if you live in Nevada, Vegas is going to get all the water. Nobody outside of it or anything is going to get water. Nobody from the next 100 miles from Vegas is going to get water. Same thing with anywhere in the southern parts of California. Any of the desert areas, you're not going to get water. The water is going to be routed and shut down and closed off, and is going to be rerouted to the major cities. Too bad, so sad. That's how infrastructures work. It's easily able to shut off where you live and reroute it to somewhere else. It's just like where I live. They're going to shut the water off out here to outside of San Antonio, because the majority of the citizens that live in San Antonio live in the city of San Antonio. They don't live in the outside counties, because they will shut off the water to the outside counties because they know the outside counties have ways of getting natural fresh water that the city doesn't. I mean, literally, the Guadalupe River runs from New Braunfels all the way into the next two counties, and it's enough water to sustain all the people in those three counties with ease. All right. I am home. Let me see what we got going on in here. Hey, Drop, how you doing, brother? Oh yeah, Drop, I did. Oh, take care, Oz, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Drop. Yeah, same here. Like, we have our own water source that we pull out of the Guadalupe River, it's, but I live in Central Texas, Anybody in like West Texas or Southern Texas, they're all screwed because it's all desert with the Chihuahuan Desert and everything. Those people are screwed out at Lobo and all those places. Yeah, sure. Yeah. See, that's the problem. You know, mass farming, all this stuff. People living in biomes that there shouldn't be humans living in. Yeah, that's not a bad price right now, MCAT. Now, what kind of 9 millimeter is it? What brand is it and what size is it? Is it 9 by 19 or is it 9 by 16? You need to look because 9 by 16, you're going to have a lot of failures in a 9 millimeter. It has to be 9 by 19 millimeter to be perfect round. And there's a lot of Russian petroleum coated silver casing bullets that's came over here from Russia before the crazy shit that happened. Those are piece of shit bullets. Do not buy them. Yeah, Oakham. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, what's going to happen in an SHTF situation if there's no power for those algae reducing bulbs? What's going to happen if you do have power, but you don't have enough of those algae reducing bulbs? What are you going to do then? Oh, 55 grain? Hey, that ain't bad. Where are you looking at, MCAT? 9 mil parabellums? Parabellum? Uh, they're okay. All right, Fluxus, go get some sleep, okay? Hey, Gigi, how you doing? See, full metal jackets are good. Me personally, I like hollow point. I like the stopping power of hollow points, and also if you hit somebody in the chest with a hollow point, they're stopping. They're not going to keep coming. And if they do keep coming, you have another hollow point with their name on it. Yeah, we'll hold this place together. Don't worry. Yeah, same here, drop. Like like me, I have 2 miles walking distance. I have the I have a place called Nichols Landing, which is an offshoot of um, the Guadalupe River. Plus, already on my land, I already have an underground water source. I My house has well water. I have 5 return sump pumps that pump straight into my house. I have plenty of water around me. I don't have to worry about it. But that's me and that's you, you know. There's a lot of other people out here that live in the desert regions, that live like my brother Spooky. He lives in Southern California, which is going to get fucked. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, MCAT. 223s. 223s are good. That's why I also like that's why I also like 22 caliber high velocity Hornet rounds. I'm I'm sorry, Spooky. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it sound that bad. Oh, I didn't mean to make it sound like, Oh yeah, Oakham, yeah. I mean, in deserts they have some water sources. I mean, look at the Grand Canyon. I mean, the Grand Canyon is a huge resource of water. But the thing is getting down to the Grand Canyon to get that water. And it's going to be the same way with getting into those cave systems to get clean water, to get good water for people that live in desert areas. I love you, Spooky. I love you, my spicy little chorizo sausage. It's okay, Spooky. The less water you have makes it easier for me to tenderize you. Yeah. Chad, you know you're the next one on the list, brother. I can't leave Spooky to be the only sausage link in the links. You got to be you're going to be a part of that sausage link. It's okay, Spooky. It's okay, Chad. Chad, when the time comes, be prepared to have your intestines become your castings for the sausage. Spooky. Spooky. You want to be my little eggplant, Spooky? I got you. I got you, Spooky. You can be my little calabasa, my little calabasa. Damn right, you better, Chad. Well, I got you, Shelly. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll put Mr. Mr. Chad and Spooky in the jerkery together. They'll come out nice and tenderized and with a smoky flavor. There was that one time you know, in Cancun. You know, Chad Chad would always go nice with a nice side box of limp cocks. Just put a little bit of Chad with some limp cocks, and you got a meal. I I I will only eat Spooky with a side of papitos. Oh yeah, with a little bit of mole, you know. Hey, hey, it's past 12 o'clock. It's late night with Matthew. I gotta stock up all that water because because you can't have a moist, spooky chorizo sausage without a little bit of water. You're poisoning yourself, nightmare. Chad, it depends. Each box of limp cocks is a different weight and a different number. So you may have, you know, the the basic box, which may come with like 10 limp cocks of various sizes. So, you know, that could be between 2 and 3 mils. Then you could go to the medium grade limp cocks. They're they're probably about, maybe 20 in there. But then you go to the deluxe heavy duty box of cocks. Then you got a 4 course meal right there, buddy. You got about 50 cocks all to yourself, limp and ready to go. Only 10, Spooky. Only 10 for the basic box. Oh yeah, drop. Yeah. Oh, nightmare. Nightmare. All right, Spooky. Oh, I love y'all. So, anyways, back to water. Water needs to be purified. Water needs to be aerated. Water has to be clean. Yes, sir, Oakham. You know it. And here's the thing about the XXL. Here's the thing about the XXL limp box. All right. You buy one, you get two XXL boxes of limp cocks for free, but only for a limited time. That's what they're saying, drop. But here's the thing, okay? You know, I just look at things through a common sense perspective, okay? America, of all places, right now is suffering from lack of workers, suffering from distribution problems, suffering from so many problems right now. If any of these other countries were smart enough to think on their own in a basic sense of thought, you know how easy it would be to get some workers from wherever they are from in specific fields. Let's say water purification factories right now, okay? With the lack of manpower, the lack of people knowing how to process water and everything, it's easy enough for another country to put in 5 or 6 workers in a water processing factory. It's easy enough to be able to poison that water and send it out. And in your tap water, easy enough to drink that tap water. Because how many people have a water bottle now because of the epidemic? How many people do not drink from water fountains, right? Everybody has a water bottle. Everybody goes to those water bottle fill stations and fills their water bottle up. There's one at every freaking place. There's one at bus stops. There's one at Planet Fitness. There's one everywhere. For people to be able to poison the water and make it easy enough access to anybody in major cities to drink it and break down the infrastructure within that city itself. And if they were able to do it all at the same time, you know how bad that this glorious castle of the United States would fall in a heartbeat because of it. That's what I'm saying, Drop. They are thinking too far out to do that instead of thinking within the infrastructure. Because if you tear down the infrastructure, if you tear down the workers at all factories, we're already suffering from distribution problems. We're already suffering from factory workers, factories not being able to produce things. If they were able to poison the water and make all these factory workers and everybody that needs to be at these important jobs, making them sick to where they cannot come in, that would shut down the whole entire infrastructure quicker than trying to take it over through other means. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I've ever thought of this stuff, ever. Hey, Misty, how you doing, sis? But the thing is you break down an already weakened society. You break it down more. Right, Oka. Yeah, buddy, I'll be in there in a second. Yeah, Shelly. And limestone poisons you after a long period of time also. But the thing is people don't look at that situation. People don't look at already throw the wrench into the half working machine as it is. Break it down. Break it down even farther. You know? If there's gears and you throw a wrench into it, it stops the gears from turning. If the gears can't turn, what happens to that machine? The engine burns up, it breaks down, you have to fix it from scratch. You have to rebuild the whole entire thing. Go ahead and destroy it the way it should be. But no. This is why I do not need to be a ruler of another country. Right, Oakham. Well, maybe. I mean, I just know that everybody needs water. Everybody drinks water. Even even if you poison the water and they use that poisoned water in fast food restaurants to fill your Coke, you're still drinking that poison. You're still getting sick. I mean, look what the pandemic done to a lot of businesses. Look what the pandemic has done to society in general. And here's the thing, when people start getting sick, they think it's the C word. And businesses will not let those employees come into work if they say that they're sick, because they're afraid that it's a part of the pandemic. So you're playing in with the fear that's already implanted into everybody's mindset as it is. I understand, Oakham. Yeah. Yep, sure it does. Hey, D, how you doing? But see, here's the thing. You're all now experiencing what I'm talking about. You all have had experiences with bad water. You know what I mean? And all that bad water came from where? It came from city water. It came from water that's being quote unquote purified for you to ingest. Every single one of us has experienced bad water in our life. But the thing is, most people that have been grown up drinking bad water, say in bad sides of towns, stuff like that, they don't know the difference. They don't know that this is bad water. They don't know that they can get sick out of drinking this water. That's why I'm saying water is the way to literally break down society. Not only does it break down society, it also tears down the working class. It kills the working class because we use water every day. We drink it. We literally take showers in it. We cook with it. If you poison it, you literally cannot boil the poison or the chemical reactions, like the chemicals put in it. You cannot boil it out. So all you have to do in this society right now is infiltrate the water, the water purification places, poison it from the inside, and literally bring down each city. It's easy as that. And especially with the pandemic that's going on. Everybody's afraid of being sick. Literally, jobs will not let you go in if you are saying you're sick. Everybody's afraid of it. Cut the head off the snake before it strikes. Right, D. That's what I was saying earlier, brother. The way we purify water, we remove all that stuff. Literally, drinking water, we do not have any nutrients, any vitamins, anything that is naturally in the water. We remove it all. Right, Shelley. If I was the leader of another country, fuck it. I'm infiltrating your waters. I'm destroying each one of your major cities, especially military cities like San Antonio. San Antonio is one of the biggest military cities in the United States. The majority of military people live in San Antonio. Air Force, military, Rangers. There's 5 or 6 military bases here in San Antonio. If you poison the water and you affect all those soldiers and everything, you already won pretty much. Oakham. I like that, brother. Same here. Literally, destroy it. Destroy it from the inside. Oh, yeah, D. Yeah. See, you can do that, but here's the question. How many people will do that? How many people? And another thing is nobody's going to have any of that stuff on their hands, literally working at a factory or at their job or whatever. You know what I mean? That would have to be something that you would have to do at your home, you know? Unless you make some kind of little mixture of it. Right, Diabear? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Shelly. Yeah. Yeah. But, it's, see, I think of the things that nobody else thinks of that will happen. You know, I already look at our, I already look at our broken down civilization as it is. The already disabled, half running country as it is right now. And I look at what would be the best place if I was an outside force looking in. What could I do? And here's the thing, America is so like all Americans and companies and everything right now are hurting so bad for workers. They are literally putting incentive bonuses for people to work. Like just the Via bus line here in San Antonio, they're starting out pay as $20.25 an hour plus a 6-month incentive bonus of $2,500. All right. And nobody is coming to work for Via to be bus drivers. There has not there has not been a single driver applied to work at Via to be a bus driver in the last 7 months. Okay. So all these places are so hurt to hire people. And if 5 people go and apply to work at an infrastructure company, that means power, that means water, that means whatever. You know how quick they will hire these people and have them working, and how easy it is for you to make up a complete backstory on them, forge their whole entire work history and everything. Because these companies do not care about running a true 100% background test. Anybody and anybody. I mean, I know it's a big no-no to talk about one event that happened in the United States X amount of years ago, but 911, when it happened, we were in the peak of strength. We were in the peak of everything. Nothing was going wrong in America. Nothing. Then all of a sudden, 2 towers went down. A certain amount of flying vehicles got overrun. A lot of lives got killed. Well, a lot of lives got lost. That goes to show you how easy it is once you're in America to destroy it from the inside. Take care, D, brother. Get some sleep, bro. Yeah, Oakham. I mean, and at that time we were at the peak, you know? It's so easy, especially right now with the turmoil and everything that's going on. It would be so easy to take over every major city and destroy every major city out there because everything needs water. Everything. Nothing can survive without water. And I'm not talking about something slow that will take effect over weeks. I'm talking about something fast acting, fast hitting, and make thousands of people sick within hours. Not only will that cause mass panic and everybody going to hospitals and destroying the hospitals, well, overcrowding the hospitals, overcrowding, overworking doctors, overworking nurses. It is a literal landslide of what will happen if you could pull it off. You're going to overrun the hospitals. You're going to overrun. All businesses are literally going to shut down because there's not going to be anybody well enough to run the factories. There's not going to be anybody distributing anything. There's not going to be any shipments. There's not going to be, literally, there won't be anybody coming to work on anything. Everything's going to be dead. That means grocery stores are going to be barren because nobody's in the grocery stores. That means everything breaks down. Right, Shelley. Right. Right. Right, Oakham. You see what I'm talking about? Now you see what could happen in an SHTF situation like this. That's why I made this about water, because water rules everything. Hey, Bama, how you doing, brother? You could literally shut down any country you want by infiltrating the water sources. Once you poison a water source, you control everything, especially in like third world countries where people rely on one source of water. If you poison that water that everybody has to drink from, you will literally rule. You will literally, and especially in third world countries where they don't have immediate medical care, immediate help. These people are going to die slow, painful deaths very painful deaths. I'm sorry, Shire. David. Shire, in your neck of the woods, you know, what happened to the River Thames? Maybe, brother. Are you dying of thirst too? But here's the thing, the River Thames was so polluted with dead bodies, feces, everything, that they could not drink out of that water. And it was a major water source in England. You're by the lug? Okay. I'm sorry, Marianne sis. But when you pollute a water source, and the River Thames was polluted by the people of that city. It was polluted by the humans. They couldn't drink out of it. It was such a disgusting smell that it was making people sick from rotting corpses, rotting animals. It was literally a biohazard waste. I'm sorry, Marianne. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like in it's like in um New Delhi, India, or Delhi, or somewhere in India. Their major source of water, because they have so many people in one concentrated area, their river has so much human feces in it, literally dead bodies, human feces, the exact same thing that happened to the River Thames, that it is poisoning people. It is killing people in India. Right, Shire. Yeah. Marianne, you need to go get some sleep, sis. But that's what I'm trying to say. The water is not bad when it's by itself, away from humans. But once humans are put into the equation, humans fuck up everything. Humans destroy everything that they touch. Sometimes they can do it overnight. Sometimes it takes years, but it happens. I mean, right, Shire. Right, brother. All this is because of humans. And humans are the dirtiest creatures of the animal kingdom. We are literally walking biohazards as it is. Yeah, the Ganges River. That's it, Oakham. Yeah, Marianne. Yeah. Humans. Humans destroy everything they touch. And we think that the first world countries are so much better. And it's not. The reason why we think it's so much better is because we don't ask questions when when we flip a light switch and we have lights. When we turn on the thermostat and we have cold air or hot air. We don't ask questions when we go to the shower and we have fresh running water. Right, Rain sis. Oh yeah, Oakham, yeah. Yeah, Marianne, yeah. Right, Shire. Right. Like I said, this happens. It's not nature that is bad. You get you get fed wrong information by these so-called survivalists and everything because these survivalists and whatever doesn't know anything about and well they want to play politically correct. They don't want to blame that humans are the reason why you get sicknesses, why you get waterborne pathogens. Because the thing is if they make you scared, they lose people. They lose people watching them. Hey, CR. Welcome back, brother. Well, hello, Beth. How you doing, sis? All right, Shire, brother. But anything that humans are around, human feces is the most volatile bio waste in the world. That's why they tell you when you're camping and everything to take 100 100 to 150 steps away from your water source to go use the bathroom, to go bury your feces. 100 to 150, it's either 150 steps or 150 yards away from your water source that you're going to be using and drinking and everything to go use the bathroom. Because human feces absorbs into the soil. And what happens with water? Water absorbs into the soil. it gets pushed out into anything and everything that's around it. At least 15 foot. So you have to look at all these old these old pioneer stories getting sick and everything. And it's because they were literally poisoning themselves with their own feces. Right? Nice, Bama. Beth. But humans are the destructive force in every situation. There's not a single place in the wilderness that you can go and not find at least one beer can, one plastic bottle, clothes, anything, something of human human interaction. Oh yeah, drop, yeah. Hey, what's up, running? How you doing? I mean, you may not want to believe that humans are the downfall of humans. There's nothing I can do to change your mind. I mean, seriously. I've spent 2 hours talking about how humans have ruined everything. Nice. Thanks, Beth. How you doing? How you doing, sis? But humans will end up destroying this world. Humans will end up polluting everything. With the way that humans are now spreading out into more rural areas, not even the rural areas are going to be safe because there is going to be humans out there. Oh yeah, Oakham, yeah. Thank you, Marianne, sis. I had that also happen to me, Beth. That happened to me in Taro and T's chat the other day. Like it was just completely white, the chat. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah, CR. And here's the thing, okay? Life is going to get worse. The more and more people, the more and more that people breed, the more and more in the next 10 years, there's going to be more and more houses. There's going to be more and more people moving into rural areas. Nightmare. There's not, in the next 10 years, there's probably going to be only a handful of clean water sources left that hasn't been touched by humans. But that's going to be really hard because you have to look at every day a new water bottle company is coming out. This water sourced from this natural spring in this rural part of the Smoky Mountains. This part of natural water being sourced from this part of Fiji. Natural water sourced from the mouth of this mountaintop in California. Everything is being touched by humans. Everything is being harvested by humans. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Drop. Yep. Oakum's fine leaving paw prints everywhere. I'm used to cats. Oakum's A-okay with me. Now, if Oakum starts coughing up hairballs, that's a different story. It's okay, CR. I don't judge people on their spelling. Yeah, same. I'll be around that age too, Marianne. See? Bama knows what I was talking about. It's just like eternal water. Eternal water is being siphoned and you know, harvested from the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee right now. Well, I know for a fact the eternal water, Beth, is actually siphoned from the I think it's Monte the Monte River in the Smoky Mountains, and it's actually being pulled from that uh that river mouth. Shelly, it's okay. It's okay, Shelly. It, it's all good, Okob. Dang, Rain. You don't look like it, sis. But, and see, that's the thing. Like, you need to know your biome. I've said this once. I'll continue to say it all the time. Know the biome of your area. The more you learn about it, the safer you're going to be in an SHTF situation. And I'm sorry, but none of us in this chat except for CR is a spring chicken. Oakham. Forever 22. Yeah. But the thing is, this is why I'm telling y'all now to be prepared, be alert, be aware of what's going on. Hey, Momo, bro, how you doing? But oh yeah, know your landscape and know your area, know your biome. Get a topographical map. Get an underground water source, an underground water pathway. See what's close to you. Look how long it would take you if you had to walk to go get water, or if you would have to send somebody from your family to go get water. How long would that take? And how long it would take coming back with X amount of bottles of water from that clean source. Oh, Beth. Ugh. No. No, I haven't dropped, but I've heard about it. I've heard it was a bitch training. Well, Momo, you will be the water fetcher in this scenario. Say, in this scenario, Momo, you're the youngest. You're the strongest. There's a river 5 miles from the compound. You have to fill up 15 jugs of water 3 times a day, every day. All right. It's 5 miles walking with empty jugs. It's going to turn into 10 miles with 15 jugs filled with water. Just say that they're a gallon apiece. That's 15 gallons of water on your back. You're going to have to stop for breaks. You're going to have to put it all down. You're going to have to rest. These are situations that you're going to have to pay attention to in an SHTF situation. because if you don't have a water source that's right within walking distance of you, you are going to get drained. You are going to hurt yourself. You are going to strain your body. Doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. All that continuous work and continuous weight is going to put strains on your body, especially fighting through trees and brush and everything. You will end up hurting yourself. And yeah, you can say, "Oh, it's just 15 pounds." No, it's not 15. It's 15 pounds of movable weight. Wait, what? What's going on? What's going on? Shelly and Beth. Oh, that's great. Welcome back, Shire. Just remember, in an SHTF situation, you're going to be in constant need of water, no matter what you do. And you're going to be in a constant world if you have to rely on somebody else to do the water retrieval for you. You have to worry about the other person in these situations. Then you have to have a backup plan to help that person if they injure themselves coming back with that water. I know, right, CR? Ain't that the truth, Beth? You have to have a backup plan to a backup plan to a backup plan. No matter what situation that you're in. You have to learn how to handle situations when push comes to shove. I mean, literally, y'all can see my video that I did of Five Below. Five Below right now has a 25-pound water bottle that you fill up with 25 pounds of water, which comes out to being, I think it comes out to being 15 gallons of water. You can stock up on those things for $8 a piece. It's supposed to be a workout thing. It's supposed to be a water workout, like water lifting and stuff. If you train with that, you're going to know how water moves, how to handle the water sloshing around inside of a container. Your cobweb shield, Shelly. Yes, Mariette. Yeah. Always have a backup plan to a backup plan. But if you get this, it's only $8 for that water container. Okay. Stock up on as many of those as you can. All right. Because you can use those in a pinch situation. You could literally use that, and it has a way of attaching it to a backpack to carry it. Hey, that's a start, CR. But if you have a Five Below, it's called Five Below. And if you have one, go check it out right now. It's in the workout section of their little store. And stock up on those things. Put 25 pounds, fill it up. Feel how heavy it is. Feel it moving. Acclimate yourself to being able to carry something like that. There you go, Beth. Why do you think I'm with Miss Star? Mm, I love thick hips. Thick thighs don't lie. Nah, Spooky's listening. Spooky probably fell asleep by now. And Chad's at work. But acclimate yourself, acclimate your muscles to a moving object. It's easy to acclimate your muscles to a solid object, but it's harder to acclimate your legs and walking with something that moves and the weight goes from one side to another. That throws off your equilibrium, that throws off your center of balance. You need to learn this stuff before you even think about, I can run out and get 5, 6 gallons of water and carry it back. If your muscles and your body is not acclimated to constantly carrying that stuff, you're going to throw your body off, especially if you have to go through the wilderness, because the wilderness is a whole entire different terrain than walking from the grocery store to your car. There is root systems, there's rocks, there's briars, there's tree branches, all this stuff that you're going to have to weave and dodge while trying to carry that 5 gallon thing of water. Put water in a 5 gallon bucket. Put a lid on it and try carrying 5 gallons of water for 20 steps with one of those handles, one of those wire basic handles. You are going to tear up your hands doing that. You're going to strain muscles that you didn't know you had. Maybe. Maybe, Beth. Right, Shire. I know. I know, Beth. That's what I'm trying to say, sis. And how hard was it, CR? How did that feel? All right, Rain, sis. You take care. Get some sleep, sis. Love ya. I bet anything it didn't feel too good on your hand, did it, CR? And you were switching from hand to hand because that little plastic turnaround handle that's on it, the piece of crap, bale wire handle that they put on those 5-pound buckets, are not meant for what people are using them for. The 5-gallon bucket isn't meant for 5 gallons of water. Take care, Drop Brother. Have a good night. Right, Oakham. Right. That's what I was gonna come to that scenario too for the people that live in cities, you know? Oh yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm a realist. I look at real scenarios. I don't look at what if. Well, I do, but it's more of know your terrain, know where you're going to be. Take care, Oakham. Get some sleep. Take care, Marianne. But the thing is, if you have an abundant source of water, a lot of people are not going to mess with you because you're all going to be able to get water out of that one source. Good night, Oakham. Right, CR? Yeah. I'm going to get a lot of people saying, you made me piss the bed. Thanks. Beth. Shelly, you need sleep, sis. Y'all can't be competing with me. You're welcome, Oz. You're welcome. You're welcome, brother. But you have to know the area that you're getting water from. Right, CR? Oh, I know, Beth. Oh, don't even start, Nightmare. But know your terrain. A lot of natural water sources are going to come from the wilderness, are going to come from natural sources of water. If you're in the city and you have to rely on, say, say a small stream or something like that that's in a public park or wherever, you have to look at that situation that's going to happen too. You know, yes, it's going to be easier because you're not going to have to worry about the terrain differences. You don't have to worry about trees. You don't have to worry about root systems, rocks, stuff like that. But now you have to worry about humans. You have to worry about the opposite deadly force that could be out there. You have to be able to either be able to put that bucket down and fight, because a lot of people in here will not be able to say fuck it and run with a 5-gallon bucket in their hands and literally run correctly. Because have you ever been smacked in the leg with a 5-gallon bucket of water swinging wildly? It's not a good feeling. Right, Beth. Right. Because it is not something natural to your human body. Like I said, like I was talking about, it throws off your equilibrium. It throws off your center of balance. It's an opposing force to you trying to run. Oh yeah, Shire. Yeah. Right, Shelley. And if you had to get away from a situation and you're smacking yourself in the leg, say you smack yourself in the leg 10 times with that thing just trying to run 15 feet, you're not going to be running for very long. See? That's one of the things, it's the ability to be able to put that 5-gallon bucket, lifting it up above your head while it's fully filled with water. You know, that is something that we are not accustomed to either. And if your neck muscles aren't built for that kind of weight, or hasn't ever been trained for that kind of weight, you're more likely to just break your neck doing that. Yeah, CR, they do, but have you ever tried running and rolling something at the same time? It goes back to the same concept. It throws your equilibrium off because we are not meant to run that that's we're not meant to run at that kind of angle. tuck it into your tuck it into your ankle sock. There is no perfect scenario to any of this stuff. There isn't. None of us in here is Jason, Jason Bourne. None of us in here are, you know, not even specialists can do this stuff. Right, Shelley? But every single one of these situations, every one of these scenarios, the outlook is always bad. That's why elephants walk slow. But because everything in an SHTF situation, everything in gathering resources, gathering materials, and carrying it, we have lost those abilities in first world countries. We are not, we have let ourselves go compared to third world countries and everything. Third world countries Third world countries have to survive with these skills because they do it on a daily basis. An American, a Canadian, Europeans, anybody in a first world country has lost these abilities. Their bodies are not acclimated for these kind of tasks. CCR, that would be better, but the thing is it's all about your body being acclimated to it. It's your body having to be in the motions, be able to handle those kind of things and doing that. And you're not going to learn it overnight, you know? Even if you distributed the weight that way, you're still going to have to learn how to handle your body with that weight on each arm and on your back at the same time. Nah, get wooden spoon all riled up again. It's like the tension tests that weightlifters do and football players do. You know, they put a rubber band with a certain amount of weight strength on it on each arm and the middle of their waist. And they try to run and stretch out those rubber bands as far as they can. Most football players that have never done that workout before can't even do it past the 3 foot line because their body is not used to that much resistance on their body. and you're doing pretty much the exact same thing, except for you're moving and trying to balance out water with your two arms, which are a balancing device for your upper half of your body, and then you're putting weight on your back or lower back, depending on where you put it, and you're trying to walk with all that different weight on each part of your body that is not used to that. Both of you are bad, but I like it. All right, everybody. It's getting at that 3 hour mark. So I'm going to end up calling this. I'm going to end up calling this in 8 minutes, okay? Beth, you think just cuz I gave you blue body paint, you have to act a certain way? Blue body paint gives you more ability to say whatever the hell you want to than anybody else. Yeah, that 3 hour mark hits the spot, all the time, Oz. Oh yes, they are. Yeah. All right, you take care, Shelly, sis. Tell Steve to get a hold of me whenever he wants to do a live, because he hasn't gotten back to me on when he wants to do a live yet. Yeah, you can be an avatar. Yeah. You could be whatever you want to, Beth. You could be a furry if you want to. I don't care. Shelly. I think you did. I think you did say it. Oh, I love you, Shirley. I love you, sis. You don't ever. Oh, come on, Beth. Come on. You look adorable with a pair of cat ears. Tell her, Shire. Oh, look at you, CR. All right, Shelly, sis. Oh, I know you are. I know you are. It's all good. Nope. Oh, crap. I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Nah. No cat ears. All right, family. I'm going to get up out of here. I love y'all. Y'all take care. And I will see y'all on the next go round. Oh, man. All right. I love you, family. I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope y'all take it to heart. I'm going to do the outro. 3, 2, 1. Love you all. Y'all take care, family. I know, right, Oz? Alright, y'all take care, family. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye, family.